If you want to get more done in less time, this video is for you. We just created a brand new software called FloWave. You can find the link down in the description. And in just a second, I want to show you a video of the full demo of the software and how it can help change your life when it comes to actually getting work done. No more sitting at your computer all day, 12 hours, 15, 16 hours, getting to the end of the day and feeling like you didn't get enough done. That's the whole point of FloWave. So just in just a second, I want to show you a video that's going to walk you through the entire demo. I really hope you enjoy it, and please do pick up a beta code. There's only a handful left, but I would love for you to be one of our initial beta testers. Hope you enjoy. If you're an entrepreneur who has ever said the words, "I wish there were more hours in the day," we made FloWave for you. Because even though we can't help you get more hours in your day, we can help you get more out of your hours. And FloWave does that by teaching two skills. The first skill is how to enter flow state on demand. And the second skill is improving once you're in flow state. So maybe the best example I can give, if you've ever known a speed reader, it's one thing to be able to speed read. It's another to actually comprehend what you're reading while speed reading. So yes, you can learn to speed read, but then there's a whole second skill where you have to get more efficient in your comprehension while speed reading. It's the exact same with flow state. Once you're in flow, you have so much room to grow and become more productive. And maybe you're saying, Jake, what is flow state? There's a lot of information on this page. There's a lot of research about how you literally do produce 4 to 5 times more in flow than you do otherwise. But if you've never heard of flow before, think about the time where you were at your absolute peak when it came to work. You got more done than you typically feel like you do in a normal sitting. You felt like the time flew by because you were so in the zone. You didn't have any distractions. That is just a small picture of what flow is designed to be. Now, all that being said, let me show you how we can teach you how to enter flow on demand, how we can build this skill and introduce this habit into your life, and then how we're going to help you become more and more efficient while in flow, so your 4 or 5 hours of work can actually get you more than the 12 plus you're doing right now. So here I am inside the back of FloWave. We are still in beta. I've got some crazy good pricing opportunities for 2 groups, the first 25 and then the second 25 who come on, and I'll tell you about those in just a second. Make sure to hang around so you can get those bonus codes here in just a second. Well, here we are inside of flow state. A lot of this is still being built out. So the 2 main functions is this is going to teach you, get you in the habit, get you in the pattern of how to enter flow on demand. And then this down here is going to track every single time you're in flow and analyze when you do the same tasks, so you actually become more and more efficient while in flow. You're getting feedback from an AI coach, and we're tracking all of that eventually to hit a goal. We're going to talk about some of those pieces later. Right now, I really want to focus on the 2 cores of FloWave, and number 1 is actually entering flow state. So let me go ahead and say this so I don't forget it. There are 2 codes that we are making available here on launch. The first one is Beta 2025. This is going to give you a 75% discount on both the monthly and the annual, and you'll also still get the free trial, and you will have that for life only for the first 25 people who sign up with Beta. The second code is Founder 2025. This is for the next 2025 after Beta is used, and this is going to give you a 30% discount for life. Now, maybe you get here and you say, Jake, neither one of these codes are working. Well, it means all 50 have been claimed, but I also have good news for you, because if you've seen this video and I haven't upgraded, which I eventually will do, that means you are still coming in at a founder rate. The $29.99 is our introductory rate. Our goal is to eventually be between $49.99 and $69.99. And when you see the power of entering flow on demand, it will make sense, because your productivity is going to skyrocket and you are going to feel like you have more hours in your day. So make sure to use those codes and take advantage of them before they expire, because again, it's only 25 for the beta and 25 for the founder. And then you'll be able to pick it up at the current discounted rate before we raise the price. And again, I expect that probably to be done by the end of this year, which is why we're using 2025 codes. So let's talk about how to enter flow state. First, what you're going to do is click this button right here. Now, I'm going to encourage you to do all the prep, right? So you're going to get rid of all your extra tabs. You're going to sit down with the one task. This is super important. The one singular task that you want to do. I've actually done this twice. I actually just got it integrated over. So this was just one session, but I've done 2 different sessions, and you're going to see the difference here in a second. But the first session, I set a 60-minute timer, and I finished a task that usually takes me between an hour and a half and 2 hours in 52 minutes. That is the power of flow. And that was my first time really doing it at this level. It was crazy how much faster. I canceled out all distractions and I was fully locked in for the entire length of the timer. And then when I finished, I stopped. Now today when I did it, I actually went the other direction. I set a 60-minute timer and I said, I am going to keep working on this until 60 minutes is up. And then no matter where I am, I'm stopping. It was the same task. So what I usually do in that hour and a half to 2 hour mark, I did about 2.5, maybe a little over 2.5 amount of work. So I got so much stuff done. I got so farther ahead of where I usually get when I'm doing that task in a shorter amount of time. Again, it's the power of flow. And I'm going to continue to improve along with you because first we're going to teach our habit of how to enter flow and then learn how to become more and more efficient while we're in flow. So you're going to get your one task, the one thing that you're going to do, and you're going to click Start Flow Session. So what is the one thing we're going to focus on today? And we're going to enter that here. So the one I did earlier were schedule 5 days of Facebook posts. Okay. So usually I like to do 1 to 2 days at a time. I'm just putting whatever in. And you're going to enter how long the duration of your flow state is going to be. This is going to be 90 minutes fully locked in, and then you're going to turn off completely. You're not going to keep trying to go beyond that because, again, you can only really maintain this level for set amounts of time. And the real goal is to be between about 4 and 5 hours of deep flow, of deep work per day. And you will be amazed at how much work you get done. So 90 minutes, I'll go down to 60 for the sake of this. Next, we have 3 different pre-work rituals. So this is just kind of up to you. You also have the option to skip it once you get in. So the quick start, and this is usually going to be like a breathing activity, a little bit of affirmation where it's like, prepare yourself for what you're about to do. Stop thinking about all the extras, like lock in on the one thing. And again, with time, I do want to point out, you really have 2 options. And this is something we'll improve on the back end, I believe, at some point. But I want you to think about it in one of 2 ways. I have one task and I have to finish it within 60 minutes. And when you finish the task, you stop. And then obviously we'll continue to improve over time. Or you say, I'm going to work on this project for 60 minutes and then stop. So is the goal to finish early and finish as fast as you can? Or is the goal to just work all out for the full period? Those are kind of the 2 options. Your pre-work ritual, you can do the 20 seconds, the 60 second, or the 90 second, completely up to you. I'll do the 20 second for this. This is an area we're improving a lot. I'm actually, as soon as I finish this, going to go over my other computer, and I'm still working on the soundscapes. These are not impressive yet, but this is something that's going to be really, really powerful. Right now, I'm using other things kind of in the background, but we're building out so you have a sound that is going to lock you in while you're working. We have brown noise. I think we have white noise, and I think there's like 5 or 6 others available right now. Or you can just go no noise at all, completely up to how you want to do that. I would assume by the time you see this video, we've probably already upgraded this because I think this is an important part. We don't want to add tons and tons of music options, but I want 5, 6, 7 options, and you're going to have one that works for you that you lock into every single time. And honestly, for a lot of people, none is going to be a great decision. Once you get over the weirdness of not having any music, it's super efficient. So then we're going to begin ritual. And then you have to go in and check all these things. So make sure your phone's on Do Not Disturb or in another room. This is just like, what are all the things that could get me out of flow? I'm going to eliminate them right now. All the unnecessary things, close Slack, tell people around you that you're in focus mode. If you have water, coffee, if you need to go to the bathroom, you might want to add some things for you personally, but we are getting in full focus mode right now. Environment's ready. Now we're going to go through some kind of exercise I don't know if we have this built in yet, but we'll have a few variations of what this looks like. But if you've never done a breathing exercise before, it really does just help focus you in, eliminate distractions and focus. And then down here, you can have the option to skip the ritual. We're going to let it play through because I want to show you. Actually, for this one, there's only 2 things. I think the other 2 have a little bit of affirmation stuff as well. But I'll go ahead and click skip ritual. Okay, so here we are. We have a 60-minute timer running, and we are going to go all out on this task for 60 minutes. Again, if we want to cycle through our sounds, we can do that down here. If we want to pause it, we can pause. Again, we are only working on this one task. We are tracking this one task. Every time you have a distraction, I highly recommend coming in and just marking this. The first day I had like 6 or 7. I had employees contact me on Slack, even though I was supposed to turn it off. My wife walked in. I got a phone call that someone did through the do not disturb. So it wasn't a super productive session, and it was still better than normal. And this last one, I was so locked in. I only had one distraction because I picked up my phone out of habit. So we can pause. We want to track distractions. Once we are done with our full 60 minutes or the tasks that we're working on, we're going to click in session, and it says, did you accomplish what you set out to do? Yes or no. How focused did you feel? 1 to 5. I might eventually go up to 1 to 10. So a little more variation there. And then insights. And this is really important because eventually we're going to say, what's the main goal we're working towards? So the AI is going to identify the goal, and it's going to identify the past times you've done this same task and give you some insights based on your previous work on this task and based on your goal. So it's going to help coach you through that. Obviously, I didn't give it very much. Actually, I think I need to enter. That might not. Oh, there it is. So I'd set a 4 out of 5. So obviously it wasn't. Then we go back to dashboard, and now we can go back and we can see the session history right here, our analytics of those sessions, our total time in flow, our average rating. We're eventually going to put in achievements. A lot of this is going to be upgraded. Probably by the time you get there, there will be additions to this. So really, really excited about FloWave. We're going to help you get locked in and go into flow state on demand so you are 4 to 5 times more productive, which is what the research says flow state can do. And then we're going to train you on how to become more and more efficient in flow by analyzing all the times that you do a certain task in flow state and give you recommendations on how to improve. Really excited about this. Please do give me feedback. Eventually I'll add a section up here that is some kind of box, some way to give me feedback so I continue to improve this and make it the absolute best product for you. I hope you enjoy, and I hope you crush it in flow state.